Good afternoon, everybody. My name's Lorraine Nicklin, and I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator from the Fraser Coast area in Queensland. This is my first video, so please excuse me if there's a bit of nerves coming through, but hey, let's hope it all goes well. So I joined Stampin' Up mainly as a customer to get the discounts. Because you do get some absolutely wonderful discounts from Stampin' Up. And it sort of progressed a little bit from there, and it progressed rather quickly. So now I'm doing the videos, and hopefully everything will go okay. So today I'm going to do a card called The Loveliest Tree. I have a thing about trees. I love trees. I love leaves. I love anything to do with that sort of thing. So I am planning on doing more of these sorts of things. However, just for today, I'm going to do this this card. So you're going to have to bear with me because I haven't worked out yet how I get from up the top down to the desktop. So I'm just going to block it so that I don't make you all very dizzy, and I will start doing the card. Okay. Okay, hopefully that is not too bad. All right, so the card that we're doing today is this card here. Okay, so it's you know, quite a sweet little card, and it can be used. There's another one there which is done, and if I get through it and don't make too much of a mess of it, I will do the two cards today. So the papers that I'm using to make this are the absolutely gorgeous Thoughtful Journey papers. So this is the papers that I'm using for the two for today. Okay, and I can show you where have I put those. Maybe I can't show you at the moment. Yes, I can. Okay, this pack of cards is absolutely gorgeous. It's a really lovely, sorry, I'm going to smooth that a bit. It's a really lovely set, and it's all like watercolors. So if I just pop through them, you can see that there's several of each color, but they're really, really nice colors. And you can see them, all the different ones going through. So this pack is called Thoughtful Journey. So today we are going to use those as the background for these two cards. Alrighty, so to start off with, I've already gone ahead and cut the card bases. So for the card bases, I'm using the thick white. It's a bit more stable than the other white, and it makes a really good weight for the card base. So all we need to do is fold these in half. We'll just do one to start with. Just fold it in half. I'll grab my bone folder and give it a good crease. That way then it stays nice and crisp. And the more you do it, the more it stays closed. So with the first card that I'm going to do today, I'm going to use this sheet of paper, and I'm going to use this as the background. So the background is going to sit on the card like this, leaving a nice little white border, which makes it gives it that little bit of oomph. And this piece I am about to cut, and I will be cutting this this at what will I be, 5 1/4 inches by 3 1/2 inches. So I'll just get my paper trimmer and I will cut that. So we want 5 1/4. We'll do the 3 1/2 first, I think, so that I can decide which side I want to use. I think we'll use that side. And then we're going to do 5 1/4 that way. Now I've taken it off the bottom, and I've done that for a reason, and you'll see that. So that little strip that I have cut off of there, we will be keeping that. Okay, so now you can see, let's put that out of the way. Now you can see that that piece there is going to sit on top of there, once again leaving a small border to make it stand out. Okay, so the next thing that we need to do is we need to use the tree. So the tree is the Loveliest Tree. It has the tree, it has some little leaves, it has congratulations, thank you, happy birthday, and sending heartfelt sympathy. So some lovely little sentiments to go with it. And there's so much you can do with this. You can, you know, just use it on its own, or you can put it with other things. You can mix and match your bundles, your different sets. But this one on its own looks rather nice. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little bit of ink daubing to make this work for us, and let's hope that it does work for us. So I'll just grab a piece of white because I'm going to need that in a minute, and I'll start off with, so that bundle also has, the die. Okay, so you can see the die there. It also has a couple of other little leads and bits and pieces that you can use as well. So we'll see how we go with using those. So to start off with, I've got the stamp here, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with, this colour is Early Espresso, and I'm going to pop that there, and I'm going to use one of my daubers, and I am just going to dab that onto the trunk of the tree, and just up into it just a tiny bit. Okay, so that's that one done. So we can just take that out of there, and of course I've got it all over my fingers, why wouldn't I? And then for the next part of this one, we're going to use a couple of reds. So I'm using Cherry Cobbler, which I'm just going to daub a few bits. Now, all I'm going to do is daub this in areas all over the tree. So at the end, I just want to make sure that I have plenty of ink on the tree. And then I'm also going to use, this is peach pie. So I'm going to use the peach pie with it. Get some of that onto there and just mix that in where there's some spaces. And my light's not being much help to me. It's actually giving me shadow, which I don't really like, but anyway. So once the whole of the tree is has got some ink on it of one color or the other, we can then see how it goes when we stamp it. So if you don't hold your breath, I will hold mine. So here we go, and let's see what we've got. Okay, so give it a good, and there we have it. So as you can see, the you've got the two different colors in the tree. So this makes this one look a bit like an autumny kind of a tree, and you've got the stamp which has is there for the trunk of the tree. All right, so the next thing is to cut that out. So we're going to use the large die cut, which will fit around the tree like that. So we'll get the die cut machine, the cut and emboss machine, and we will pop that through. Okay, so we just need our number 1 plate, our number 2 plate, one of our number 3 plates, and then we're going to, and you can't see that, I can't really do much about that. So then we're just going to pop the die cut over the tree, then put on the other number 3 plates, and we will put it through the machine. And there you can see it coming through the other side. And we'll take it out, and hopefully it's cut out our tree for us. I'll pop this down out of the way. So there is our tree cut out, or die cut. These parts here, you can often use these bits. Don't always throw them out, because often you can use them as like a stencil, and they work really well. Certain ones are better than others, but they do work really well as stencils as well. So if you've got a piece that's as clear as that, and then you can use it as a stencil as well. All right, so now we are going to decide. I'll just move that out of the way. We're going to decide exactly where we're going to pop this tree. We don't really have a huge amount of options with this one, because I mean, we don't really want it sticking up in the air without anything underneath it. So we're going to pop it just down there like that. So what I'm going to do with that one is I'm going to pop that one up on dimensionals, and I'm going to pop it up onto the front of the card, if I can find. That'd be right, wouldn't it? If I can find, there it is. So just turning that over. Has that cut that? Yep, it has. Just turning that over and using dimensionals to pop that up onto the card. I like to use plenty of dimensionals. I like it to make sure that it's not going to be falling off anytime soon or coming apart. Can I fit? Oh, that's only just the top bit. Yeah, I can just fit one down in there. So we pop the dimensionals down in there, and we'll take off the little tops. Now, if you use your take your pick tool, you can usually get all your little tops off all at once. Well, certainly most of them. So, oh, goodness me. Myself in a right dither here, aren't I? Okay, so still got one left on there. We'll stick that down. So just like that. So as you can see, already we have that front layer of the card. We will be putting a sentiment on it shortly. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to attach this part of the card, and I'm going to use the Tombow, and I'm just going to put the glue around and attach it to the front of the card. Now the great thing about the Tombow glue is that it gives you that little bit of wriggle room. If you're anything like me, you don't always get it straight the first time, so it's great to use that glue, and then that gives you a chance to give it a little bit of a wriggle round if you need to. So the next part, and this is you know, like I'm really doing a very simple card today, so hopefully when I get more confident, then things will be a little bit different. So now this part, now I will put the glue on the back. And you don't really need a lot. I mean, that's the good thing about it. You don't need a lot, and you pop it on there, and you know, you've got that wriggle room, and it gives you, okay. So now we have the start of the card, and we're doing really well with that. So it doesn't take long to make. That's why I'm just giving that a bit of a push down, because it's decided that it doesn't want to sit straight away. It does dry very quickly. It's probably just me and my bit of nervousness at the moment. So, but that's all good. We'll get used to that. Now, what I am going to do, I have put the lid on the glue. It does dry out. What I am going to do, I've got a happy birthday stamp here, and I think I would like to probably do that in Mossy Meadow. So we'll just take that out. Now this is where we're going to see how well I go at getting things straight or not, and I don't know how it's going to work, but let's give it a go. If I stop shaking, I'll be all right. Oh, no, that's not much good. Let's clean that off and redo it. I got a little bit carried away there. I'll just clean that off and okay, try that again. Oh, still done it. Let's see. Let's try not to get that all over. That's better. That's much better. Sorry, you didn't see that at all, did you? Because I had it out of the camera view. Okay, so that's my happy birthday for this one. Now, what I think I'll do with that is I will just get my scissors and I'll just cut that on an angle. So I'll cut an angle that way, and I'll cut the same angle that way, getting it somewhat even. And then again, as you can see, we're using the back of the one that I messed up. I will pop that up on dimensionals. And I will pop that, not sure, down the bottom, up the top. I actually like these cards as mail cards. It's always difficult to, I think I might pop that. Oh no, I think I'll pop it down the bottom. It's always difficult to decide what to do for mail cards, isn't it? And so this makes it quite easy to be able to do a mail card. And now that I put that down there, I probably wish that I put it at the top, but hey ho, that's how it is. So yeah, now to go with that, just to give it that little bit of extra bling, I'm just going to pop on some some little jewels. Now these ones are from the Citrus Blooms set, so you can see there's the different colors in there. That light is not real good. You can see the different colors in there. So because of the colors that I've used on the card, I'm just going to pop, if I can get them out, that is, because they've stuck themselves in there. I'm just going to use probably one of those and pop that on there, and then a couple of these nice clear ones, and pop them down randomly. Oops. Okay, let's do it this way. Pop them just down randomly. All right, so that is basically the outside of the card. And what we'll do now is, you can't have a card without an insert, can you? I mean, you've really got to put something on the inside to finish the card off. Okay, so I have cut a piece of, now this is the normal white card, just your basic white. I have cut this at 5.5 by 3 3/4. And what I'm going to do, if you remember, now I bet I can't find it, I had that little strip of, yep, can't find it. Now isn't that typical? Okay, so what I will do is, it's got to be here somewhere, of course. I think this is the bane of everybody's existence when it comes to doing cards, because on videos, because you tend to lose stuff while you're working. Anyway, all right, so what I would have done, if had I been able to still find it, was use that piece that I cut off the bottom, and I would have put that across the bottom of the inside of the card. Instead of that, what I'm going to do is I will cut a piece this way. Just get let's get this out again, and I will cut this at, what will I cut it at? 5 1/4. 5 1/4, like that. And then I'll do it at, I think, probably 3/4 inch. 3/4 inch. And quick change of plan as we go. What I will do now is pop that down the inside of the card here. Okay, so that it sort of matches up, and it works in with what we've got on the front. So just putting some, goodness me, that was a lot. Just putting some glue on there, and I'm actually going to take some of that off because that is going to make a big mess. Scrape some of that off. Okay, let's see how that goes. Wow, that was a lot. All right, so I will now pop that down just inside the card, like, my goodness me, like that. That gives a little bit of, all right, just a little bit of something. Now I've actually just made a mistake there because of that glue. I got myself in a bit of a muddle. So normally I would put that onto this, which would then sit on there. But for now, let me see, what can I do? I might just cut this down a tad. Let me cut this down. Half an inch. Out of the way. Cut that down. About a half an inch. Put that under there. And now I can probably still put my insert into the card. So let's see if we can do it this time without having the glue go absolutely everywhere. It's actually a new one, so I'm not surprised it did something like that to me. Okay, so now I can just pop that on the inside like there, so that we still have, oh goodness me, we still have that nice insert. Now in there, obviously you can pop a sentiment. So I'm going to leave this one because I've put happy birthday on the front. I'm just going to leave that one to write in it. But there is the first card. It is like, it's really simple. It's really straightforward, very easy to do, unless you lose your bits like I just did. But hey, you know, that's all good, isn't it? Things happen. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to firstly clean off the mess that I've got here. Where is, there it is, my chamois. So these glass mats are absolutely fantastic because you can drop stuff on them and then just wipe them off with the chamois that comes with them. These are available for purchase, and I was lucky enough actually that when I first joined, the glass mat was the one of the joining incentives. So we always have joining incentives, and they're usually great. So with mine, it was with the glass mat, so I was very, very lucky. So what I'm using here is this is our Stampin' Scrub. So this is for cleaning. This is for cleaning your stamps, and you have a spray, Stampin' Mist, which you can use. You just, so one side of this is to be wet, the other side is to be kept dry. Pop the Stampin' Mist on there, and I haven't cleaned either of my stamps off, so this is what I'll do. Okay, so you just clean it nicely on that side, dry it off on that side, and hey presto, you've got a lovely clean stamp, which is great. Okay, so I'll do this one as well and clean that one off, so nice and clean. All right, so that's a good start. All right, so I will do the other one, the other card, which is pretty much the same, exactly the same idea, just using slightly different different colors. Okay, so this one basically was more your autumnal colors, and with the different type of insert in it, which is, it's okay, it's fine, it's not a problem. This one we're going to do slightly different, and I'm going to use greens on this one, so a more natural tree, I suppose. If you ever see me doing trees, you're going to see me do all sorts of colors, so we might as well start as we're going on. It's just me. So this time we're going to have the tree as we had it. we're going to use Mossy Meadow, and we're going to use Pretty Peacock. Okay, so 2 different greens. Oh, of course, we are going to still use the early espresso for the base. So let me just find which. So this was the one that I used before for the base. So we can do that again. We can just daub that on up into the branches like that. Okay, and I'll put that away before I put my hand in it like I did last time. And then we're going to go with the greens. So I'm going to start off with Mossy Meadow, and we will use Mossy Meadow, and we're going to just go in here and dab it. You can see where, and just you don't have to like be precise with it. You just dab it on. Okay, just so that it's covering the raised part of the stamp. So that's the Mossy Meadow, and then I'm going to go in now with the Pretty Peacock. And thank you very much, everyone, for joining me. Hi, Suzanne. Hi, Elizabeth. Thanks very much for supporting me. Really appreciate it. You girls know how scary this can be for a first time. So now all I'm doing is just popping in a little bit of Pretty Peacock and seeing how that's going. Okay. So once again, I will get the piece of white card, turn it over, and hopefully, everybody keep fingers crossed. Oh, okay, it's a bit green. That's okay. We'll just use it as a green card. The doesn't look as though the Mossy Meadow came out particularly well. But anyway, so we'll just use that, just the green. And what we can do if we want to is we can colour in the base of the tree. So I can do that, but you'll just have to pretend that you're not looking at the markers I'm using. Now, Stampin' Up! Do some beautiful markers. Unfortunately, I don't have all of them yet, but I will just use this marker that I have here and just colour in the bottom part of the tree there and take it up through. Just because the green didn't quite go to where I particularly wanted it to. Okay. Just going to just put a bit of green around this bottom part here. Can just do that, and possibly even go in there where some of the, just to add a bit more colour into where that Mossy Meadow didn't go, just to give it that little bit of. And you can also use your pens, your markers. You can use them on your stamp pads as well. Or not your stamp pads, on your stamps. So I just add a bit more green in there as well, just to give it that extra bit more colour. Looks like it's got a bit of a disease at the moment, doesn't it? Let's see how we go. There we go. I think that will do. You've got the different colours in there. All right. That brightened it up a little bit, and nobody noticed those pens, did they? Okay, so once again, let me get the stamp pads out of the way. And I've got all sorts of things happening here, and I don't know what they are. Goodness me, go away. Okay, so I'll just get the Stampin' Emboss again. I'll try and get it so that you can see what I'm doing this time. Sorry, I'm just got to have a look down here because I have knocked. All right. This one's going to be a bit more awkward. What I'm actually going to do with this one is I'm going to fussy cut it simply because I have knocked the die cut onto the floor and can't find it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to die cut around this tree, which is just another way of cutting it out. I'm not going to die cut, I'm going to fussy cut, sorry. Okay, so a little bit different, but you just get around. And now a lot of people don't like doing this. I don't mind doing it. It's sort of one of those things that I prefer to do when I've got lots of time and I'm not hurrying. But the key to it really is to move the paper and not the scissors. I've been card making for quite a few years, and like many, I started off doing 3Ds or you know, building up the pictures by cutting out, and it was a case of cutting right to the line. You didn't leave a white edge to it. So for me to do this was very, very difficult. I found it really strange. So I'm sort of getting a bit more used to it. I can't say that I'm particularly wonderful at it, but hey, we get there. So let's just fussy cut around here. Really doesn't take that long. In and outs. Get in as like fairly close, but you don't have to get right the way into you know, doing a smooth edge on it, which again is great. Takes the pressure off, doesn't it, if you don't have to do a straight edge. There we go. So that's the tree fussy cut. Well, that was a quick change, wasn't it, because that wasn't what I intended to do at all. So once again, I am going to cut. Now this piece of the paper is different again. So this one has more green on it, and I think that's probably, you know, sort of where I went for more of a green tree. Now I just need to decide where I'm going to cut the tree, put the tree, as to where I'm going to cut the paper. Alrighty, so I actually quite like the tree over that side with this in the top, and I'll cut a bit off the bottom and see if I can remember where I put it this time, and we'll do that. So this layer has to be 5 1/4 by 3 1/2. So I'm going to cut the 3 1/2 first, and I'm going to turn it upside down because I actually want that part. And then I'm going to do 5 1/4. Will I take it off the bottom or the top? No, I'll take it off the bottom. 5 1/4. And we'll take that off there. Okay. Note, I have put that down there. Well, let's see how long I can keep it somewhere where I know where it is. Okay, so now we have our tree, which we can pop in on here. 3 1/2, yep. Tree looks bigger on this one, doesn't it? Oh, probably because it was fussy cut. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pop the tree, I'm going to pop it probably up a bit higher on this one. What do you think? Up high or down a bit lower? I think up high. I think it looks a bit better up high. I think I'll definitely put it up higher. So I'll just, once again, I'll use dimensionals. And what can't I find this time? Okay, here we go. So pop the dimensionals on. You can't see that. Someone needs to shout at me every so often and say, you need to put that where we can see it. It was funny because I told my husband he couldn't be in the house while I was doing this, because if I thought he was out there listening to me, I would be nervous. So I've been sat in here doing this, and what have I seen? A shadow walking past the door on several occasions. So he's been in and out. Whoops, whoops, pinging those out all over the place. Alrighty. So let me think, where will I put that? I might put it about there. So there's our tree on the card. Alrighty, so this one, because I had the pink in at the top there, I actually put this one onto, I think it's Pretty in Pink. No, it wasn't. It's actually more of a mauvey color, and it is, what is it? Highland Heather. That's the one. That's what I have that one on there. Like, and that'll sit on there like that. So I'll do that now, and please let my glue work for me. So look at the back of that. The back of that's pretty, isn't it? Like, you could use either side for it. That's what I like about these papers. Like your papers that you get, or your designer series paper, usually it's double-sided. So you can use the front, you can use the other side. It gives you so many more options to use your papers. Okay, so here we go. Let's do a bit more. See what happens this time, shall we? I don't know. I always worry about the corners. Does anyone else worry about the corners sticking up? Okay, so we're going to pop that on there like that. And I've just smudged that. I can get it off later. There we go. Left it too late to move it, haven't I? All right, so that's that one there. So we've got the green tree now, and then I'm going to pop. Now, what I'm going to do this time is I'm actually going to pop this up onto there. Well, no, I'm not going to put it onto there at all, am I? I'm going to put it onto a card base, which okay, who stole the other card base? I bet I used it. No, I didn't use it. What have I done with that? Here's me thinking I had everything set up, everything perfect, so that I could just get in and do it. And I was wrong. I was definitely wrong, because now I have lost a card base. All right. I'll just cut another one. Let's get the... I'll be back in a second. I'm just grabbing some paper. It's thick, don't need thick. Just need thin. No, I don't. I do need thick. All right. We'll just cut another card base and be done with it. And then I'll find the other one straight afterwards, so that's okay as well. All right, so the actual card base is 8 inches by 5 3/4. So we're going to pull this out to make it longer. 8 inches by 5 1/4. And I did that the wrong way around, but that's okay. And there's the card base. If you have trouble doing card bases, you can always use the cutter and just fold it up to the line, and you're going to get a perfect folded card every time. So let's do that. I'll use the bone folder. I don't know what I've done now. What have I done? 4 by all right, let's do that again. I did it by 4 by 5 1/4 instead of 5 1/2. So, all right, let's try again. Let's do 5 3/4. 5 3/4 by 8. And then we'll pop it up here just to do the fold, and we'll pop it all underneath. I'm sure this does get easier. I've still done it wrong. Oh, goodness me. Goodness me. I'm going to work with that. I'm just going to work with it. It'll be fine. It'll just look a little bit different. It'll have a bigger outside on the edges. So we're just going to pop that onto there like that. I was going to pop it up, but I think I'll just pop it down with some glue. See, that's what Nerves does for you, isn't it? I don't know why. Do you know, the funny thing is, I used to do YouTube videos all the time with my home-based business that I used to have when I lived out west, and it was sort of what I did as my job, if you like. And I used to do videos all the time. But I don't know, it was straight onto YouTube and you could see what you were doing, and I wasn't actually demonstrating anything. It was just talking. So it just made it that bit easier. So with this one, that little piece that I cut off before, I'm just popping across the bottom there for the insert. And we all know that this bit's a bit too big, so we'll just ignore that fact. And we'll just pop the insert in the middle there. Now, who is going to know that I didn't do that on purpose? Just who? So there's the outside of the card and the inside of the card. And I'm just going to stick with the happy birthday that I did before. I think I'll do it in a different color this time. What color shall I do it in this time? I think we might go with the Pretty Peacock. And here we go again. Pop it down. Oh, awesome. Well, that turned out okay. And then I will get my scissors. So, sorry, I'm doing it again, aren't I? You can't see what I'm doing. And I'm just going to cut that and cut that. And I will pop this one up on dimensionals. I don't know what I've put that on, but anyway, it's not really pretty. Where's the tool here? I'm not even going to put that where you can see it because it's disgusting. I've put it on to some one. Suzanne, I've got your problem. My cat is now wanting to go out right into them in the middle of me doing this. So let's pop those 3 down. Now he's going to start whinging. And I think this time I might just pop it across the top like that. Okay, and then this time I'll use, so these are the Blooming Pearls. I actually love these ones. I love the colors in these. So I'm going to use one up there and a couple down, if I can get them off of the thing. Just a couple down around here like that. Now, dare I even attempt to spritz Wink Stella? Like with how I've been so far, I'm not even sure that that's a good idea, but we'll give it a go. So we can, come on, you can do this. Yep. Some Wink Stella over the front. And again, I will leave it inside, but I will put some Wink Stella in there. Awesome. Alrighty, so, and you can see that it's a bit of a shine on it, and you can see that I've got something stuck under there. You can see it on the front there as well. Okay, so that's 2 cards that we've done this afternoon together there. Basic, but really good for mail cards when it's difficult to know what to do, and it's always difficult to make cards for mails, I find. But I'm going to leave it there, and I will see you all again. I will do another video. I will attempt to get myself better prepared next time. I thought I was prepared this time. Thank you for watching, and I will catch up with you all again soon, I hope. And yeah, like I said, get myself together with it. Thank you so much, everyone, and I will catch you again later. Thank you.